Hi, it's Louise Tanner-Stokes from the Anti-Dieting Revolution. And this week I wanted to talk about how only you can do it. For some people, you might find this a bit of a tough subject to have a look at, to think about. So for some people, you might find that it's a bit of a tough subject because you feel like you're being blamed or you feel like you're being called out. And I just want to start by saying that it's not about that. It's not about blaming yourself. It's not about me blaming you. It's not about anything judgmental like that at all. But it is a little bit of real talk because sometimes we just need a little bit of real talk. But just know that what I'm talking about in this video and on this blog is said with love, and it's said to help you. That's the aim of it, is I'm always just trying to help you ditch dieting and get where you want to be. So here's the real talk then. Like I said, only you can do it. No diet plan or health coach is ever going to be the answer to all your problems. So, okay, getting dietary advice, getting support from a mentor or a coach or a personal trainer, obviously those things can really help. They can really make a difference in the short term, particularly. But in the long term, it's you that has to do whatever it is that you're trying to do to get to where you want to be. It's you that has to learn what you need to do. Obviously, it can help bouncing ideas off somebody else. Somebody who's outside of the situation can sometimes find it easy to recognise what you need to do. But in the long term, it's you that's got to do it, to keep it going, and learn what you need to keep doing. You're the expert on your life at the end of the day. You're the only one that knows exactly what you're doing, what you're eating, how you're thinking, how you're feeling. You're the expert on your life, okay? And when it comes to trying to reach your health goals, whether you're trying to eat better, whether you're trying to lose weight, get fitter, whatever it is, it's all about your habits. It all comes back to your day-to-day habits. And if you need to make changes to those habits, you've got to keep them going. You've got to build them into new habits. Whatever changes you make, you've got to stick to forever. So you have to learn what's going to fit in with your lifestyle, what's going to actually work for you. It's all going to come back to you. And it's about you making it work for yourself, okay? Because it's not for anybody else, is it? It's for you. It's your goal. You want to get there. So it's recognizing that only you can do it, okay? And if you want to be different, you have to do different. So it's about learning different habits. But it doesn't have to be all perfect. It doesn't have to be about changing everything, of course. Just, I'm always about just making small tweaks and everything. But something that can really help you with this in the long term is a skill called self-accountability. And so this is something that I teach my one-to-one clients. I teach it in my No More Diets course. And overall, it's about recognizing that you have to be able to answer to yourself, okay? There's, accountability, external accountability will only work for so long. At some point, it's got to come from you. So it's about recognizing that you have to be able to answer to yourself. You have to be the one that holds yourself accountable. You have to be the one that gets yourself to do it, basically. So the first thing to have a think about then, so I always think there's two parts to self-accountability. The first part is about taking responsibility. So it's looking at what can you take responsibility for. It's recognizing where you maybe haven't been taking responsibility and where you could actually take back that control, take back that ownership of it, of whatever's going on in your life. So just asking yourself that question, what in my life can I take responsibility for that maybe you haven't been so far? So it's really about taking that step back and just asking yourself, are you really taking ownership of your life and the things that you're doing in your life, how you're responding to situations in your life, okay? And then the other side to it that really helps with that is learning to be proactive, okay? So this is about looking at what you can do in a situation. So looking at where you can make changes, looking at where you can take back that control. So rather than looking at the situation, and this could be a tough situation that you're going through, there's lots of things that we can't control, okay? And you know, that's life. There's lots of things in our life that we can't take control of, but it's looking at what you can do about it. So say for example, the trivial example that I always use is we can't change the weather, can we? But we can change how we respond to it. So if you normally your normal exercise is going for a walk every day, but then one day it's raining, being reactive and not actually taking control of the situation, being proactive, you might look at that and just think, well, I can't go for my walk then. And that's really focusing on you know, the situation and focusing on what you can't change, rather than taking that step back and thinking, what could I do about the situation? What can I change? What can I take control of? What influence can I have? So being proactive would be saying something like, well, I can still go for my walk, I'll just need to have waterproofs. I just need to get my brolly out. Or maybe I don't want to go walking in the rain, but I'm going to go swimming instead, or I'm going to try and do some exercise at home instead. So that would be being proactive, is taking that step back and just thinking, what can I do about the situation? What can I change? What can I control? So if all you do is you think, well, it's out of my hands, I can't do anything, nothing's ever going to change, is it? So it's about deciding that you're not going to give up. You're not going to just forget trying to make changes. You're going to have a look at where you have a choice. What is it you can tweak about the situation? Even if it's just something really small that you can do in the situation, you'll feel better for taking back that control. And then sometimes that opens up other doors for other areas that you can make changes. And remember, it's about the small changes that can really add up in the long term as well. So don't discount those little tweaks and little changes. And of course, with habits, it's all about that consistency, isn't it? And this is where learning to keep yourself accountable and keep things going is so important. So have a think about those two things then. So where could you take responsibility that maybe you've not been taking responsibility before? And think about how you can be proactive in situations where it just feels like things are out of your control, but take that step back and think about, what could I take control of? And obviously, if you need more help with this, get in touch. I'm here to help. If you've got any questions, just give me a shout. But it's time to ditch dieting forever, because you absolutely deserve better. Take care, and I'll see you soon.